And I don't have emotional eating or cravings anymore.
I'm not watching life anymore.
Thank you so much for changing my life.
Hello and welcome to today's tapping video. So today I want to actually teach you how to use EFT tapping to stop drinking alcohol. So this is something that I just recently taught in my coach certification program, and the coach came on to one of our Q&As and just was like overjoyed with how fast this technique worked and how cool it was. And her client, it took one session for her client. Her client was drinking a bottle of wine a night, and it started during COVID, and she hadn't been able to stop. They're not locked up anymore, and it had been going on for about 6 months. So she did this one technique, one single time, and it fixed it. Fix the problem. So I want to explain to you why people crave alcohol and how to work with it using my methods of EFT tapping are very different than regular tapping. Here's the deal. When somebody is drinking, it's very similar to food craving. So I teach this in my classes too. So when you're having a food craving, you're either craving it because the craving is a towards feeling, so you're moving towards a positive feeling, or you're moving away from a negative feeling. It's the exact same thing with alcohol. So when you think about wanting to have a drink, are you moving towards a positive feeling, or are you trying to escape a negative feeling? Because depending on that, there are two separate techniques that you'd have to use. So one works for this one and the other one works for this one. So the moving towards the positive feeling will usually come from a positive memory of drinking with friends or having really good times, being around friends or family when you used alcohol as a way to like socialize and party and have fun. When you're moving away from a negative feeling, it's usually because of stress, overwhelm, anxiety, and we use a completely different technique with that. So I've lived in Spain twice. I'm living in Barcelona right now, and about, 6 or 7 years ago, I moved to a very small town in northern Spain called Gijón with my ex-husband. He really wanted to go, and I really didn't want to go, but I went anyway. And he would have football practice really late at night, and I didn't have anything to do. We lived in an apartment, and there was a club or like kind of a bar downstairs. And so what I found myself doing was I found myself going and sitting at the bar every night, and I would drink an entire bottle of wine to myself, like almost every single night. And I didn't realize I was doing this at first. And then, after about a couple of weeks of doing this, I'm like, oh, whoa, okay, what's going on here? And what I realized is that I was so lonely in Spain, the drinking was reminding me of my best friends in San Francisco that I had left, and all the fun times we used to have in our 20s running around San Francisco, going to clubs and just laughing and dancing and having a good time. So it was the exact same scenario with my client, with my coaching student and her client. One of her really, really good friends had passed away from cancer, and she and her used to have great times together. They used to drink wine. They used to go on, have girl dates, and there would always be wine involved. And this triggered again because another girlfriend of hers just got cancer, and the other friend that she used to drink with ended up passing away. And then she learned that her other friend was diagnosed with cancer as well. And so that's the pattern that started. So these things can be very, very subtle. They're always unconscious. My goal in life is to help you understand that most of the behaviors and most of the patterns that are playing out, whether it's food or alcohol or self-sabotage, are unconscious. And no matter how hard you try to stop, your unconscious mind, your subconscious mind will end up sabotaging you because there's actually a really good reason that you're doing it. So this is a great example of her. She actually had a really good reason. So every time she was drinking the wine, she was remembering the fun, positive times that she had with her best friend. If you want to learn more about this, if you want to learn more about my techniques, you can visit my website, brittanywatkins.com, or you can go to Emotional Eating Expert. I'll put the links below here, and you can have a tapping experience with me where I share with you some of my most valuable techniques to stop the food cravings and emotional eating. I'll explain to you how the two of them are different. We'll do a technique for the food cravings and we'll do a technique for the emotional eating. They're two totally separate techniques. They're my creation. They're my proprietary techniques that I've discovered on my own through just being a tapping addict, basically, and realizing that regular tapping doesn't work very well for addiction. So if you want to know more about those and you want to dive deeper, there's tons of material available for you. I really would love to help. And, I hope this was valuable. If it was useful, leave me a comment in the box below. Remember to hit the subscribe and notification, so that you always know when there's a new video available. All right. Have a great week. To watch this video again, just click the share button. That saves it to your wall, and then you'll always know where to find it.